Purposeful Nudge introduces autonomy versus efficacy, mapping the public's nudge preferences and nudge theory and studies on how they work.
Instead of issuing strict mandates, modern public policy often guides the choices we make by adjusting the architecture around us. These interventions are divided into two categories. System 1 nudges target automatic, non-educative processing. They operate quietly in the background, conserving our cognitive bandwidth. Take this Canadian cigarette pack. It bypasses deliberation entirely, aiming straight for a visceral reaction to alter behavior. System 2 nudges operate differently. They target deliberate, calculative processing. Their explicit goal is to be educative, providing data to improve a person's capacity to choose. The System 2 equivalent for smoking simply provides purely factual, statistical information regarding health risks, leaving the final calculation entirely up to the individual. System 1 interventions are vastly cheaper to implement and faster to take effect. System 2 interventions, however, inherently respect individual dignity and agency. This dynamic sets up the central conflict for policymakers designing choice architecture. Policy designers often operate on a logical assumption. If an intervention works better and yields higher social welfare, the public will support it. Legal scholar Cass Sunstein designed a survey to test if that assumption actually holds true in practice. The survey gathered data from a nationally representative sample of Americans, capturing perspectives across all partisan lines. The study sought to answer a specific question: how much mathematical proof of effectiveness does it take for people to surrender their demand for autonomy? Analyzing this data reveals a strict breaking point where the public outright rejects statistical efficiency in favor of keeping control. The survey tested 4 standard policy domains: smoking, retirement savings, green energy, and water conservation. This matrix maps the baseline responses. In this neutral condition, respondents were given no information about the effectiveness of either nudge type. The data shows majority support, ranging from 55 to 74%, heavily favoring the educative System 2 approach. This preference is exceptionally strong in the environmental domains, reaching 74%. This slope graph shows the resulting shift in public opinion. A uniform 10 to 12% of respondents move away from System 2 and toward System 1 across all 4 domains. For this segment, an informal cost-benefit analysis takes over. They are willing to trade their autonomy for guaranteed positive outcomes. Condition 3 presented a paradox for choice architects. The qualitative phrases were replaced with hard, lopsided mathematical proof. Respondents were told, for example, that the System 1 nudge cuts pollution by 40%, while System 2 cuts it by only 5%.